Hey guys, welcome to LinguaMarina. In today's video, we'll tackle the ins and outs of prepositions and address common mistakes we haven't covered in our previous videos. Our previous videos on prepositions gained fantastic views and many of you asked for more content on this topic, so I decided to invite a true professional to this channel. Her name is Anastasia. She's an experienced teacher from my language learning company, LinguaTrip, and she's going to cover this topic for you. Just a quick intro, Anastasia graduated from Boston University, one of the top 40 universities in the US, with a degree in linguistics. With over a decade of experience, she's passionate about teaching English and helping students prepare for TOEFL and IELTS exams. Not only is Anastasia an experienced teacher, but she's also an accredited teacher, ensuring that you get the best insight into prepositions. Whether you're confused about during versus while, or have questions about by and until, this video is here to clear things up. So let's dive into the world of prepositions. Welcome, Anastasia, and thank you.
Hello, everyone. In this lesson, we're going to look at some commonly confused prepositions and conjunctions. To test how well you know them, I've prepared a little test based on the Barbie movie. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't worry. You can still take the test. Keep track of your answers. If you finish the test without any mistakes, write winner in the comments below. That way, we'll know that this topic is easy for you. If you make some mistakes, let us know how many questions you got wrong. Let's get started. Question 1. Barbie and Ken have known each other blank many years. You have 5 seconds to answer the question. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to think. The right answer is B. Barbie and Ken have known each other for many years. Now, why can't I say during many years or while many years? We use during to show when something happened. It's always followed by a noun. For example, during the party, Barbie didn't pay attention to Ken. When? During the party. During the trip to the real world, Ken learns a lot about patriarchy. We use for to show how long something happens. We use the time period after for 5 minutes, for 6 months, for 10 years, for many years. We cannot say for the party, unless you want to say that you prepared a gorgeous dress for the party. But that's a completely different story. Barbie and Ken have known each other for many years. How long? So that's the right answer. Finally, while is a conjunction. It's usually followed by the subject and the verb. It can be used to show that two things are happening at the same time. Barbie was trying to find the child playing with her in the real world, while Ken was learning about patriarchy and horses. The two actions happened at the same time. While can also be used to indicate contrast. Ken likes Barbie, while Barbie doesn't like Ken. The next pair that is commonly confused is by, until, and till. Barbie has to finish her project blank Sunday. You have 5 seconds to think it over. What do you think? The right answer is A. Barbie has to finish her project by Sunday. We use by to talk about deadlines. Imagine that you mark a day on your calendar and have to complete something before that day. That's a deadline. Because it's a deadline, you'll often see words like have to, should, need, and must in such sentences. For example, Barbie and Ken must get to the real world by noon. They must do it before that time. Barbie should find the girl who is playing with her by the end of the month. By noon, by the end of the month, by Friday, by August, by 4 p.m., by the end of the week. All these are examples of deadlines. Now, when talking about until, imagine a line. Why? Because it describes a period of time. For example, the party lasts until 11 p.m. It probably starts at some time before then, let's say 5 p.m., and then it lasts until 11 p.m. So we're talking about a time period. Compare these two sentences. Cinderella had to leave the ball by midnight. This is her deadline. We don't care about all the other time she could have spent at the ball dancing with the prince. Now, if I say Cinderella could stay at the ball until midnight, I'm interested in the time period from the moment she got there and until midnight. So, until is used to state how long an event takes place or a situation continues. Till means the same as until, but is more casual. So in formal writing, when you're writing an essay or a letter, you'll usually use until. People usually use till instead of until in casual conversations. For example, if Ken was to invite Barbie out on a date, he could have said, "Let's hang out at Starbucks till the movie starts. No rush." If you're feeling overwhelmed, you are not alone. English takes time. The key is to enjoy the learning process and start using English early on. Don't be too hard on yourself about your mistakes or accent. It's all part of the learning experience. Learning English takes time and patience, but with the right guidance, it can be an enjoyable journey. That's why we created the Grammar's All You Need handbook. The handbook is designed for learners who want to reach an advanced level of English. It covers essential grammar topics and includes a special chapter on prepositions, giving you all the information you need. We think it's a valuable resource to have at your fingertips for quick reference and learning. For a limited time, because you're watching this video, we are offering the prepositions chapter for free. And if you decide to purchase this handbook, you'll also receive a special discount. Don't miss this opportunity to have a valuable English grammar resource at your fingertips. The link to access the free chapter and claim your discount is below. Question 3 tests another pair of similar words, across and through. Question 3. Barbie ran blank the street to get to the other side. Well, that one is getting more challenging. The correct answer is C. Barbie ran across the street to get to the other side. To understand these prepositions, let's look at the pictures. We use across to show that we move from one side to another. We can move across the road, across the bridge, across the river, across the country, and so on. We use through to indicate that we move from one end or side of something to the other. In the process, we can be surrounded by something or be in it. For example, I was walking through the forest when I heard a strange noise. I was walking through the forest. I was in the forest and I was surrounded by the trees. You can walk through the forest, run through the fog. You'll be surrounded by fog. Crawl through the bushes. You'll be surrounded by the bushes. Drive through the city. You'll be surrounded by buildings. You can also walk through the door. For a second, you'll be inside the frame. Or look through the window. Finally, over is used when we move at a higher level than something else. I walk over the hill every day. The hill is higher than the ground, so I use over. I can also jump over the fence or fly over the mountains. Question 4. There is a scene in the movie when Barbie is sitting on a bench with an old woman. And Barbie, who is feeling fragile after being brutally roasted by a teenage girl, turns to the old woman and says, "You're beautiful." And the woman replies, "I know." So, what's the preposition we are going to use here? Well, actually, 2 options are correct. We can say Barbie sitting on a bench next to an old lady, And Barbie was sitting on a bench beside an old lady. We cannot say besides an old lady though. Beside and next to mean pretty much the same and are used to indicate that something is located very close or at the side of something else. It's easy to remember. Beside, by the side of. You can sit next to or beside a person, or next to or beside their bed. Beside is a little more formal, so in everyday English we'll usually use next to. So if I were telling you about the Barbie movie, I'd probably say Barbie was sitting on a bench next to an old lady. But if I were reading classics like Jane Eyre, for example, I'd see something like she was sitting beside him. In this context, both beside and next to are prepositions. Besides can be a preposition or a linking adverb. As a preposition, it means apart from, in addition to. For example, besides Barbie and horses, did Ken have any other interests? I mean interests in addition to Barbie and horses. When we use besides as a linking adverb, we usually want to add more information or give another reason for something. Let's go home. The movie is stupid. Besides, I haven't eaten since breakfast, so I'm hungry. Question 5. Ken walked blank the room and announced that it was his Mojo Dojo Casa house. This one is easy. The right option is B, into. Ken walked into the room. Into indicates movement towards the inside, while onto indicates movement towards the top of something. How to remember these prepositions of movement faster? Break them into two parts. Into. In plus to. To is a preposition that describes the direction of movement. In means inside. So into means towards the inside. Onto, on plus to. To describes the direction of movement, while on means on top of something. So onto is the movement towards the top of something. Compare. Ken walked into the room. Movement towards the inside. The cat jumped onto the table. Movement towards the top of the table. Speaking of toward and towards, what's the difference? Would you say Barbie is moving toward her house or towards her house? Actually, both are correct, but toward is more common in American English, and towards is more common in British English. However, you can pretty much use them interchangeably, so you can still hear a lot of Americans saying both. For example, she walked toward the park. He ran towards the station. That is all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to write winner in the comments if you got all the prepositions right. If you made a mistake, let us know how many questions you got right. For more practice, think of sample sentences using the prepositions that were challenging for you. Back to Marina.
And that was it. I hope this video was useful to you. What do you think, guys? Shall I keep inviting Anastasia to this channel? I think yes, but I want to hear what you think. Please comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks to Anastasia for such a great lesson. Do not forget to check out our handbook, Grammar is All You Need. You can find the link in the description. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss the next videos. Thanks again, and see you soon. Bye!